Hello, welcome. Another beautiful episode of Crystallized Goddess, The Secrets of the Crystals. So today is a little bit different. I did want to finish the chakras, but I also really wanted to go over this unique time we're in right now. So the start of March 15th and all the way to April 7th is Mercury in retrograde. I want to go over what that means for us because this is heightened times, heightened emotions and moods, and things that you should not do and things you should do. So, as always, feel free to drop a comment. I can pull them up on the screen if you'd like. And so, this is all about the tips and tricks and crystals that will help heal you during this time. Again, this is a really heightened, impulsive, difficult time for everyone, usually with communication and actions and decision making. Now, this retrograde, Mercury in retrograde, and specifically is in Aries. So if you are Aries, it's not going to be as intense, but it can be very spiritual awakening a little bit more than if you aren't an Aries. So there is a lot of challenges with Mercury in retrograde, but before I get started with that, in case you've had a really hard time, again, this started the 15th, so this past week, it might have been a struggle. And so let's get to a more calm state so we can absorb this information to our fullest abilities. So I got the tree of life, the seed of life, see, the seed of life sound bowl. And I want to do one of my favorite mantras with you guys. And I did this in the last video. You can do this with me or you don't have to. This is just to get you completely relaxed and ready to take on this information. Grab a favorite crystal if you want to, and I'll go over what crystals are really good for Mercury retrograde. Grab a crystal and sit with it while we do this, or you can just skip this part. It's up to you. But if you'd like to join in, just get really relaxed and comfortable. Shake everything out. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, so I'm going to say it once and then I'm going to say it again. You can repeat it with me the second time. And usually when I say this, I have my hands in like the tree pose, kind of going out to earth. But you can do whatever you want. Again, you can just hold a crystal or just sit there and absorb this. This time is going to be a little bit different than last time because I'm going to incorporate the sound bowl. So as we breathe in and breathe out, we will also be healing the seed of life right here. All right. Hope you're ready. Here we go. I breathe for me. Deep breath in, deep breath out. I breathe for me. Deep breath in, slow exhale. I breathe for you. Deep breath in, slow exhale. I breathe for you. Deep breath in, slow exhale. I breathe for us. Deep breath in, slow exhale. I breathe for us. Deep breath in, slow exhale. I breathe for the world. Deep breath in, slow exhale. I breathe for the world. Deep breath in, slow exhale. All right, Now, hopefully, we are completely relaxed and ready to take on this information all about Mercury in retrograde. Don't forget, you can always drop a comment. Sometimes I can see them, sometimes I can't. It's really just depending on Facebook being Facebook, but most of the time I can. So, this is also streaming on YouTube. So, check it out if you'd like to see it on YouTube. There's everything's on YouTube. So every single video I've done like this is on YouTube. If you have missed it, definitely check it out. We're going to start with the Mercury in retrograde right after trying to get to this. Right after, oh my goodness, why is this not working? This very small, maybe not happening commercial break. Got it. Okay.
Oh, sorry, oh, mad.
Subtle knotweed, don't drown. Rocking the stream, don't drown. I've made my decisions. We're just saying this.
Okay, let's remove this. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble today. Okay, there we go. Back. So, this is all about Mercury in retrograde and the crystals that can help. So, this is all a time for slowing down. It's not the best time for moving quickly, doing something where you're signing a contract. That is not the ideal time to do something like that during Mercury in retrograde. Now, it definitely happens to some of us. I've signed some pretty big contracts during this, but you got to really kind of take it slow. Make sure you read everything, the fine lines, read it all, or you could, possibly get in trouble and it would go bad. And so you want to be careful with that. So taking your time with communication and definitely avoiding major decisions like purchases or um, big projects, anything like that, a career change, really just make sure that if you have to do this, do it slowly and you are calculated, know what you are doing before you just take that leap into it, because then it will actually go south a little bit faster. So it's pretty important to, take your time and then it will go a lot better. I'm not saying don't do any contracts or anything like that, just slow down, take your time. Avoid rushing into things. That is the main key to Mercury in retrograde. So we want to prioritize our communication and be mindful of our words and our actions. Make sure if you read an email or a message, double check that and, make sure that you're taking it the right way. Don't just go full force on the first thing that you read. Just make sure you're taking that extra time to look into it. Again, there's a lot going on with the communication aspect where we can sometimes take people's texts or emails a wrong way. So you want to just double check, reread it, and make sure, that's what you're really seeing. Focus on reflection is a big part of Mercury in retrograde. We're reflecting because this is slowing down or what's seeming to, Mercury appears to be moving backwards during this time, and that's why everything is skeltered and all crazy and stuff, is because of that slow movement backwards. And so that's why everything's geared towards slowing down and not just jumping into things, which is really important. So read details very carefully if you're getting into contracts or pay close attention to important documents. So if you haven't filed your taxes, make sure that you double checked everything because yeah, because it's you can still file your taxes. I was like, wait, did we miss that? Is it over? No, it ends April 15th. So you can make sure to double check your taxes or anything that's like really serious like that. Double check it, read everything, make sure it's all good before sending in something. And then this is also so crucial. I know that it looks so sunny here, but it's only like 30 degrees. Um, Connect with nature. If it's your house plants that, because you can't go outside, connect to those plants in your house and water them, show them some love. Connection to nature will help you so much during this stressful time. If you can spend time outdoors, it can help reduce stress and it can really ground you. But if you can't, again, the plant energy within your home can also help just as much. So just spend some time, maybe wipe down the leaves, get the dust off of them, or you can take a small walk outside. This is a time to practice patience and understanding, and I know that is hard. And so I have some crystals that will definitely help a lot with patience and understanding. We still have quite a bit of time of Mercury in retrograde. It does end April 7th. So we do have a lot of time. And usually the week before and the week after can also still be affected because it's slowly going back. So it can also be a hectic time a week before and a week after. For me, I always tend to Mercury retrograde starts off fine, and then it's usually the end, it's like really intense. Other people have, the best time ever with Mercury retrograde. So it really depends on you. Also depends on the zodiac sign that it went into. So I'm at Aries, it went into Aries, so hopefully things are going to go really great. But either way, you can protect yourself. So let's go over all of the different crystals that can really help us by enhancing this and also focusing in on what we need because this really is a time to organize and reflect and take time to reflect on your goals. Maybe write out some new goals. Writing is one of my favorite things to do to, keep notes and take track. And so reflect on your goals. Look at how far you've come. Look at what you've accomplished and be so thankful. And then make new goals and reorganize your space or finish any tasks that you put off. This is that time where you're slowly kind of just getting back and like in touch with everything that you might be neglecting. Are we not focusing on our goals? Are we not completing tasks? Well, let's take the time to like finish these things. So again, you want to be doing this slowly and really making sure that you are taking your time doing it, which will, in a way have the best outcome. So there is a lot of crystals that you can use for Mercury in retrograde. Citrine, fluorite, lapis lazuli, smoky quartz, aquamarine, kyanite, fluorite, selenite. Oh, I didn't grab the selenite. But let's focus on a few of these right now. So fluorite, it could be just solid green fluorite, it could be purple fluorite, it could be rainbow fluorite. All the fluorites help with focusing and slowing down and helping you complete your tasks. So fluorite right here, look at these beauties. Look at that beautiful big raw chunk of fluorite. And then this fluorite, meditating frog. This is one of my favorites because that helps us focus and get that relaxing kind of mindset right here is the meditating frogs. They're like one of my favorites. I'm going to show them tonight during the live video. So fluorite is one of the best ones for enhancing mental clarity and providing focus. So I say with anyone who has ADHD or just has a really hard time sitting there and focusing on what they need to finish, fluorite is one of the best ones. It's known as the student stone, or the student stone, because it helps with taking tests and completing things that you might not want to do. So it's really important. It can be really helpful for decision making as well as staying organized. And what are we going through with Mercury retrograde? And the things that we keep going back to is decision making and being organized. So that is why Flory is one of the best ones because it will help you do those things and be focused on what you need to accomplish, whether it's writing your goals or doing something that you've been putting off. So that is Flory. Move those to the side so I don't knock them over. The next one, and I love this one so much. I love the history on it. I love lapis lazuli so incredibly much, and it is very helpful. So if you have any of these crystals, kind of just, gather them up and focus your intention with these crystals until April 7th or even after April 7th, because this will help you not only get through Mercury retrograde and not have some blowout of emotions or huge fights or anything like that. This will help you get through it a lot easier. Lapis lazuli. This is lapis lazuli right here. It promotes self-expression and it opens up communication. So lapis lazuli connects to your inner child within you. It can also help connect with everyone around you in your home. So it's really a good stone for communication. Let me show you it again. Look at that. That is lapis lazuli. Oh my gosh. I have sourdough all over my fingers. Sorry, I made bread right before this. Oh my goodness. So that's funny. But it helps with communication. It's a really good navigation tool. So if you're having challenges with communicating or taking what people are saying the wrong way, then lapis lazuli is a really good tool for you during this time. Now, there's a lot of energy going on. And so everyone's also being impacted by this, and not everyone even knows about Mercury retrograde, so they just think like, what is happening in my life? So this is also a cool tool. You could also be like, hey, is your life being hectic? Well, in the astral sense of it, it's Mercury in retrograde. And this is really important. And looking back, there was some huge moments in my life where I was like, oh my gosh, I need to see if this was during Mercury in retrograde. And almost all of them were. And that was years ago before I even knew that, this was such an impact. So, so impactful. Okay, next one I want to go over, and I can't say enough good things about this. I feel like almost every one of the secrets of the stones, I I bring out a piece of Amazonite because it is so absolutely special. I can't say enough good things about this stone. It's like one of the most amazing grieving stones, and it can also help block EMF waves, radioactive waves. And so not only is it a powerful cleanser, but it's just all around absolutely incredible, like incredible stone to have with you at all times. So this is Amazonite. Don't mind my flowery fingers. This is Amazonite. Now this is a raw chunk. I do have some towers and I have some palm stones and hearts always available at the store. But this is just a beautiful raw piece of it. Look at that beauty. And so this calms the mind. It helps reduce stress and it promotes emotional balance during Mercury in retrograde. So this has always been my go-to out of all of them. If I don't want to carry around a whole bushel of crystals, which I almost always do, but this is the go-to for me for Mercury in retrograde because Amazonite is absolutely incredible. If I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed and my kids are acting crazy and I can't like control anything, then Amazonite's got my back and it instantly is like that very calmer stone. I'll like hand it to my kids and be like, you need to hold this. It basically works every time. Also, it can hold vibrations very strongly. So if you do have a loved one that is about to pass over to the other side, um, and you love them so much and you don't want to lose their vibration, you can give them a piece of Amazonite to hold on to. And when they do pass over, their vibration will be very strong in the Amazonite, and it's incredible. So, don't mind my noisy family. So that is also a thing that is incredible about Amazonite, and I will never stop saying how much I love it because it has healed me in so many ways, and it's amazing. What is this green dot? All right, so that so that is Amazonite. Next, oh, I got some comments. Feeling the energy, yeah. Yes, Mindy, you are like the only one that I know who loves Mercury retrograde. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. You have made me look at it in a different light because of that, honestly. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yes. There's a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety and a lot of built up tension and anger during Mercury in retrograde because we're all it's just hard to communicate what our feelings are and what is happening in our life. And so it's all really hard. A lot. False or negative or positive. It's a mixture. Yes. So our emotions are running amok. They're wild and so this is that time. And that's why fluorite would be really good for you right now. Fluorite would be really good. And Amazonite calming the mind. And again, like that breathing technique, that mantra that I did with breathing in the beginning, that is also really key to if you are just spiraling out of control and these crystals won't work, do that technique. It is literally life changing. It can take you from the most stressful situations to completely calm. And so I definitely recommend doing that. The next one, so I just did Amazonite. Let me move that to the side. The next one, another good one. Now, this is a very dark one. Let's see if the light will show its clarity. There we go. All of these are for sale, and I'll show them tonight during the live. This is a smoky quartz. Look at how beautiful it is. Oh my God. This is gorgeous. Now, smoky quartz can be much lighter. It can look almost completely clear, or it can be really dark. It really depends on how deep in the Earth's crust it was. Smoky quartz is known as a grounding and protective stone. It's one of my favorites because it can help lift the veil of depression. It can help with rewiring the brain. So if you're always self-doubting yourself or thinking negatively, it can completely change that. And so you are going to think more positively and just be a little bit more upbeat. And so smoky quartz can be a really crucial key during this time and like literally any time. Mercury retrograde is only usually like 3 weeks. Yeah. And so, you can always use these crystals and they will still help you the same. So it helps you stay grounded and resilient and just thriving. So smoky quartz is incredible. Yes, it can definitely cause a lot of anger. Now, Howley isn't like a key one for Mercury retrograde, but it definitely will help during this time. I have a few more that would be really helpful. And oh, and then there's a bunch that I just am not going to show, but aquamarine is really good. Tanzanite is really good. Blue topaz is really good. Citrine's really good. Selenite. I was going to show the selenite. I only have one huge chunk left and I forgot. It's across the room, but everything is hectic right now and it will slow down soon. I mean, it is over April 7th, so we only have a little bit of time left, thank goodness. Unless you're loving Mercury in retrograde. And then we're going to come to one of my favorites, which is Laterite. Woo! Okay, let's see if I can actually get a good flash because the sun is like against me. Oh, there we go. I'm trying. There's a good flash. Oh, there. Look at that. I love this tower so much. Okay, so this is Laterite, the spiritual awakener. Look at this beauty. And then here's a beautiful freeform. Again, shapes do change the way they put out energy. So if you'd like to learn more about that, it is a free PDF on my website under crystal information. You can download it. There was years of practicing the different shapes and the vibrations that they put out. And so there is 5 pages on the website for the shapes. Look at this beauty. You can tell one's a lighter gray, one's a darker gray, but they're both labradorite. Okay. I have boys and they are rambunctious. So this is all about transformation and awareness. And labradorite is really that center point for that spiritual awakening and that aha moment. So again, we want to write down those goals and be organized and complete things. And labradorite will help us with re-examining everything in our life, looking at what we've accomplished and looking at how far we've came and kind of harnessing that energy to move forward. And so it's awakening in every way. Ooh, look at that beauty. And so labradorite is definitely one of my top ones because of that. It's so absolutely incredible. It's so sunny outside, but it's actually like 30 degrees. It's deceivingly amazing. Tammy, so if I wear bracelets with all these crystals, I'll be okay. Yes, but you gotta make sure that you cleanse and charge them. And also the bracelet method, your writing hand, your giving hand, which is my right. I'm looking at myself, so that was really hard, which is my right hand. Yes. And is the giving of energy. So whatever I wear on this wrist, my giving hand is giving out the energy. It's not receiving it. So for me, I put stones that help with communication and connection to other people. I usually put on this side. So I'm giving out that energy. And then my left hand, why is this so difficult? Like, oh goodness. My left hand right here is the receiving. So I'm receiving all of what I wear on this side. That goes for rings as well. So if you have rings on your hands, you're giving, you're receiving. And with DTs, which let me turn behind me. DTs are the same way. You want to put the big side out. And if it's out facing, you are giving. You're giving that energy. Flip it around, big side inwards, you're receiving that energy. So just remember that if you write with your opposite hand, if you don't write with your left hand and you don't write with your right hand and you write with your left hand, then that's reversed. So whatever your dominant hand is, you're giving that energy. And then whatever your receiving hand is, you're getting that energy. So if you have all of your bracelets on this side of your body, you will be receiving that healing property. Now, for this being said, though, this is a time of like a lot of communication, kind of having problems communicating. So, wearing a communication stone, I have got blue tiger's eye on quartz on to amplify that, is major key. So, you could put lapis lazuli, you could put blue tiger's eye, you could put ladrite, you could put anything, and a clear quartz will amplify it. Anything that will help with communication, aquamarine. So those are really good communication stones. I am right-handed. I wear my bracelets on. Can't wear bracelets. I think so. So you're always receiving, which is good. That is a good thing. Oh wait. Yeah. You're always receiving. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing that you're receiving the crystal's energy. But also giving. I like to put like things that help with deepening bonds and helping with communication on my giving hand more so, because then I'm connecting with people more and I'm, you know, I'm having better communication between them and me. And so it's really ideal to do something like that. So Tammy, back to your question. So if you, I'll pop this up, where all of these crystals, yes, they will work all good together. They will work fine together. If you have an amethyst crystal and a labradorite and a smoky quartz, amazonite, fluorite, and lapis lazuli, they don't clash at all. That's a lot of bracelets, but I love bracelets. So you can definitely do that, yes. And don't forget though, because you're constantly wearing that energy, you also want to constantly be charging it. So you could wear like a satin spar bracelet, or at night just sleep near a piece of selenite, which is what I do. I have one on my bedside table. If you don't take off your bracelets every night to charge them, just make sure you sleep near selenite, a real piece of selenite. Because then it will do the same thing. It will charge and cleanse while you sleep with them on. It's amazing. Also wearing the necklaces helps a ton, a ton. So, you know, a lot of people come to me and they're like, should I wear Moldavite during this time? Moldavite, as long as you have been wearing it for 2 weeks, it's not going to get even more hectic and crazy, because Moldavite for the first 2 weeks can really throw your world upside down, and it's actually quite intense. And although it's exactly what you needed, you lose friends and you lose people and things get really hectic and wild, but then you look back and you're like, holy smokes, this all happened for a reason. It really was needed in my life. So there's a lot of energy with Moldavite. I wouldn't necessarily start wearing Moldavite if I have never worn it during Mercury retrograde. And that's the question I get the most is it okay if you have already previously went through those 2 weeks and you just keep wearing it every day? You're completely fine. It will help you. Let me pop this up. Should I wear it for? Yes, then you're perfect. Yeah. Yep. I love bracelets. I love them. I change them out often. It's really, whatever you need in that day. And so, oh, I love bracelets. They're amazing. Um, Wearing a bunch of them will help. And also having that charger in between them is perfect. The last one I wanted to go over. You are teaching this because yeah, it's been really hard. And I was going to do the next chakra, which I think was I think I'm down to the solar plexus. And so I did the crown, third eye, and heart chakra, and I was supposed to go back to that. And then I was like, actually, we need to learn about Mercury in retrograde because that is happening right now. And, a lot of people don't even know why their life is astray. And so I do want to do this every single time. And I'm going to also start doing some full moon rituals on this format, on this platform as well. Not really like witchy rituals, but like rituals I do to set up my life for success and goals and manifesting what I need. And so we're gonna also do that on this platform too, through the Crystallized Goddess, the secrets of the stones, because I love them and I love incorporating candles, and every full moon is a new beginning. Now, the last one that I absolutely love for this time period, and I mean, it's one of the most common ones, and that's why I really wanted to go over this. I was like, should I go over aquamarine? I don't have that much aquamarine in the store right now. I only have it in jewelry form, which is kind of, amazing because yeah, everyone should wear it. But I wanted to go over amethyst because this is the second most common crystal when you first start buying crystals. It's usually rose quartz or amethyst. Now, that's not for everyone, but there was a poll done, and almost everyone said that their first crystal was amethyst and rose quartz under this poll. Thousands of people did it. And so I thought that was really cool. And so I wanted to bring up something that I know that you guys would have, hopefully. If not, then I highly recommend it. So why am I recommending this? Because again, just like Amazonite, it's a calming stone. So it helps with calming your emotions. And if you're feeling periods of uncertainty, which is Mercury retrograde, and that's why this is perfect, this will help you so much because there is so much energy going on. The earth everywhere is just kind of affected. Your kids are affected, your animals are affected. Everyone is affected by Mercury retrograde, whether they know it or not. So amethyst, look at this beautiful amethyst DT. Oof. I'm going to show this tonight during the live. It is gorgeous. So I have that amethyst, and then where did I put the other one? And then, oh, right here. And then a nice, beautiful raw chunk. Your first stone. Yes. Oh, I want to do a poll now to see how many followers say amethyst and rose quartz. Because I think I'm going to do that today. So it helps you feel centered, and during this uncertain time of crazy emotions, it helps you feel centered and grounded. So amethyst is definitely a key for this time and always, just like all of these, like smoky quartz, I will always say it will absolutely help you in so many ways. Tammy, yes, bracelet form is incredible for aquamarine. I do have a bunch of aquamarine bracelets too, and some pendants and stuff. And it's kind of rare to find a big chunk of aquamarine, but I definitely have had them before. I don't know, or I would show it tonight. Aquamarine is really geared towards that focus. So if you do have it, it's also really good during this time because it is geared towards focus and communication. So helping you communicate freely and open up that intuition better than regular amethyst. I think that Super 7, let me put this up. Coxnite, So they all have different ways of putting out their energy. Super 7 for me, I will always say is a little bit more powerful than amethyst because it is amethyst just with the inclusion. So it's a garden quartz amethyst technically. That's what Super 7 is. Super 7 is when there is that inclusion in the amethyst, garden quartz amethyst mix. And so if you mix garden quartz and then regular amethyst, it does make it a more stronger of a vibration. Next, I don't think is as strong as Super 7, but it definitely is a little bit stronger than regular amethyst. And also ametrine is definitely stronger than regular amethyst in vibrations because of its age. It's aged way longer than a regular amethyst. And for me, I think age matters a lot because of its vibrations completely altered, so it's a lot more intense. It's a lot more intense. And even though it's not toxic, because if you have been with me for a while, I always say, oh, if it's toxic and it could possibly kill you, it's got a extremely strong vibration, which is usually true. But with age crystals like citrine that, took millions and millions of years to naturally form from amethyst, that has a stronger vibration than regular amethyst and is not toxic. Yes, smoky quartz helps with your nervous system. It is incredible. If you are going through so much mental exhaustion or just so much self-doubt or just always negative, smoky quartz is the one. Like, if you only want to get one crystal, I recommend that one, especially if you are always self-doubting yourself. So that was it for today's beautiful lesson. Feel free to message me after this if you have any more questions. This is the week's episode. Next week, I don't know, maybe I will do solar plexus, or maybe I will do something completely different, but eventually I will go through all of our chakras. I have the bottom 3 left to do, and so that is all for tonight's beautiful video. I will be live again tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a regular shopping live video. I always do like little learning segments during it, and there will be a giveaway tonight. Have a lovely evening.